What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. I don't know how many of you have heard about this. Probably you have. This thing is going viral. Apparently, Monique went in on DL Hughley, and she had a lot to say about DL Hughley, and this stems from a contract dispute, which Monique is not shy of putting people on blast when they cross her. I think that is very clear to me. She even called him names and made claims about his orientation. Listen, we know Monique has had falling outs, and I'm not the biggest fan of DL Hughley like that. I think that DL Hughley peaked for me when he had his show on ABC. I remember the Hughleys, right? I just used to watch their show. That's probably when he was really at his best, I think, comedically around that time. But now he's definitely a shell of who he was. But in this situation, we don't know 100% of everything, but it seems like Monique really used that opportunity to lash out at DL. I don't think that this was just about a contract dispute. I think there's other things that may have been going on for a long time now. You know, Monique has had issues with people. She's had issues with Tyler Perry. She's had issues with Lee Daniels. I believe she's repaired those relationships, as a matter of fact, or is working towards repairing them. As a matter of fact, she joined season 2 of BMF. She's going to be a part of that show. As you can see here, let's play this video clip real quick.
My name is Goldie. You know who the fuck I am.
I guess they were hyping up her being a part of that show. So listen, it's good that Monique is starting to gain momentum in her career. She's on stage and she's in her element. And again, even though I disagree with DL on some things politically, I'm not going to sit here and demonize this guy. I don't know 100% of what happened, but when comedians like Monique is on stage, they're not going to tell you everything, but they're going to mix humor in with their comedy. This is what comics like Monique does. So again, we don't know everything here, and I'm not one of those people that's going to take one side or the other unless I know you're wrong. And the facts just bear out that you're not right at all. But in this situation, man, I'm not going to sit here and demonize DL. DL is very opinionated. I think that DL is a type of, he is a relic of, I would say, the political celebrity. These celebrities go very political once their career has dwindled. And he's like one of those guys. He's been around for so long, and we don't know him for what he does. Like with Steve Harvey, we know Steve Harvey for the multiple shows that he has done, the fact that he's gotten older and more successful. But we don't know him for being a political guy. Like he's not into politics like that. But with DL, that's different because he's going to voice his opinion on things that he could be completely wrong about, or because he's very opinionated about, right? So let's get into this from Complex. DL Hughley took to Instagram to fire back at Monique after she spent time on stage over the weekend, taking several digs at him over an alleged contract dispute. Monique told the crowd during her set at the Comedy Explosion in Detroit that her contract stipulated that she would be the headliner. That's what the MFing contract says. Monique is to be the last MFing person on that goddamn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the contract for, she said, per Hot New Hip Hop. Monique claims Hughley attacked her when he said something negative about her on a previous tour. I told y'all it was always something that happened before this. She made some remarks about his family and implied his initials were in regards to him being secretly gay. Oh boy. Check out the recording of her remarks. This is the clip here.
Black women. What kind of real is that? That's a what kind of real
According to the Shade Room.
a goddamn black woman.
running them hills, man. Oh my God. Oh wow, man. In his response, Hughley claimed the order on the ticket stub proves he was always supposed to be the headliner. Against my better judgment over the objections of my team and 4 other occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance and work with Monique, he wrote. Hughley later brought up prior instances where Monique claimed she was done wrong by others such as Oprah, Netflix, and Tyler Perry, and wondered if she has been the problem all along. At some point, it can't be everyone else, it's you. Lesson learned, he wrote. And this is the picture he put up. This is the picture he put up of Monique, man. DL's a very petty guy, man. This right here is what he wrote here. It says, all you have to do is check the order of the names on the ticket stub from last night and you'll see who's confused. Against my better judgment over the objections of my team and 4 other occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance and work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlamagne was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everyone else's. It's you. Lesson learned. I didn't have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh. Not hear about your contract. Apparently the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. I wonder who's next. And he put here Daryl Lynn Hughley. I guess because she made fun of his name and how she implied that it could mean that he's down low. He put his full name there to say, hey, you know, this is what DL means, right? In April, 50 Cent announced Monique was joining the cast of his Stars series as part of his efforts to put her back on. The comedian has also been tapped to replace Octavia Spencer in the upcoming Lee Daniels film Demon House, apparently squashing their once contentious relationship. What this all seems to me to stem from is Monique feels like she was blackballed. I think Monique feels like she was done wrong. And Monique went on a campaign to get back into the mainstream. That's what it was. Monique wanted to be featured. Monique wants to be a star. And she felt like over the years, she wasn't put in that position. And Monique has to look herself in the mirror. And that's one thing I can agree with DL on. You know, it ain't everybody else. At some point, it's you. At some point is you. You can't hide behind black women all the time. You have to be able to say, hey, I'm doing the best that I can to make these relationships work. Because in order for you to be able to get opportunities, you have to be able to get along with people, unless you're going to create your own platform. If you're not going to create your own platform, you can't be upset when people don't want to give you the opportunity to be on theirs. Now, there was an update because I had refreshed the page and I saw that there was an update posted here. And we're going to get to that update. All right. It said the latest chapter of the rift between Monique and DL Hughley is still unfolding. The fact that you point the people to the ticket stubs for the order of the names versus your contract implies that you don't have a contract that shows you are the headliner like I do. Monique responded in a lengthy Instagram post. Either show your contract or be quiet. After warning him to stop messing with people who once considered him a comrade in comedy, Monique added, but I thank you, DL, because you're the reason why I fight for my people like I do. Anytime you opened for the Kings of Comedy and I was the headliner for the Queens of Comedy and you think you should close the show over me is a prime example of the bias that black women have to deal with in this business. I won't even discuss awards. You know, people always felt like DL Hughley was the weak link of the Kings of Comedy. And I agree. because those guys were head and shoulders way more talented. DL has an ego. I believe that. You know, you could just see how the guy acts. I mean, you could tell that DL has an ego. And I believe he felt like he should be headlining shows over her. That's how he feels. Now maybe this tour was put together by him, but people need to show paperwork. You know, we need to stop all this talking and show paperwork, show contracts, show where this person signed for this person. That will squash everything. These Instagram back and forths with 50-something-year-olds is not something I'm looking for. Okay, this is something that the young people, the Gen Z and the millennials should be doing. Okay, y'all should not be on Instagram trading words. We need to see proof so that can squash everything. Okay, that's what we need to see. We don't need these two going back and forth with each other. But it's very clear to me that Monique, she takes it personal if she doesn't get her way. That's what it seems like to me. Monique takes it very personal when she doesn't get her way. That's what this says to me. Because if you're contracted to be the headliner, why are you going on stage if you're not the headliner? You should say, wait a minute, hold on. I'm here to be the headliner. What's going on here? But to get on stage and go at this guy who's working with you is not a good move either. This only going to add to her reputation for being difficult to work with. For whatever differences that I have with DL Hughley, I have not heard that he was tough to work with. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that he's been tough to work with, tough to deal with, egotistical, even though I believe he has an ego. I just haven't heard that. But with Monique, you hear this so much. You hear that she's, that this is why a lot of these people didn't deal with her and why she had to basically beef her way into getting back into the mainstream. Now, I don't know how this thing is going to unfold. These guys have been in entertainment, in comedy for a long time. And the fact that it has come to this just shows where we are as society, man. It does. They should not have to be going at each other like this. This should not be something that is going on, but it's going on because you have people who have egos with each other, and they're not going to let things go. They're not going to let things go when they should. They should. You got to focus on the money, focus on the opportunities, and let all the other BS go. Okay. Monique can always do her own tour. Or whatever. Before I was going to upload this video, the receipts come out, right? The funny thing is there was another video I ended up uploading before this one. So I had an opportunity to go back and look at some stuff, and I came across this, and I'm glad I did because toward the latter part of my video, I was basically saying, listen, we need to see receipts. Stop all that talking and let's see receipts. And DL Hughley has provided the receipts where he has information here. Let me read this because it might have been on this page. You might have took it down. It says, after this, I don't want hear no mo about this. Here it is in black and white. The only thing blacked out is personal and bank info. Pay attention to headliner, highest paid artists on show, artists who have approval of lineup of the show, DL Hughley closing, receipts, opinions. I got everything that was stated in my contract, everything. But let's say I didn't. My beef wouldn't be with anyone but the promoter or my team, and I damn sure wouldn't make it personal. If you have a problem, take it up with management, and by that I mean yours. Okay, so he has provided this. This is according to the Shade Room. The Shade Room has all of this. All right, so y'all can go and check it out if you want to. I just wanted to add this in here. This has been brought out. It's a quick update. I appreciate y'all tuning in, though. Make sure y'all like the video.